What's an average day look like for me? They're almost always the same. Monday through Fridays are pretty much the same, and then my Saturdays are the same Saturdays, and Sundays, is more family day or whatnot. But Monday through Friday, it's wake up. I always start by, just kind of thinking about the day. I take like 10 minutes once I get up to sit there and just kind of think about the day. And then I'll look at my calendar. I look at my calendar at night and I look at it in the morning. So I'm just reviewing my calendar because I always work on, if I have a 30-minute gap, my typical days work in like 30-minute increments, because that'd be like, some are calls and then some are meetings, but the days are different, but the structure of the days typically almost identical. I review my calendar, I'll get up, I make breakfast. I don't think anybody cares at all what I eat for breakfast, but I have a banana and a protein bar, and then I have a water with electrolytes, and then I have a few peptides, and then I'm off and running. I always have a coffee in the morning. I'm out of the house, it depends on the day, but typically no later than 8 to 8:30. I'll see Ruby for like 5-10 minutes in the morning, say hi, maybe play with her for a minute, or Brecken, but I'm usually out the door by 8. I'm in the office by 8:15, 8:30, and sometimes earlier, it just depends, but it's within that range. So and I'm not like a wake up super early person either. That depends as well too, but I would say on average, it's between 6:45 and 7:15, give or take. And then, so once I'm out the door, I'm at work. And then depending on that schedule for the day, I typically wrap at the office. I'm wrapped by like 3:30. I go to the gym for an hour and a half. I'll do sauna, cold plunge, lift. That's 5 days a week. And I'll usually miss one day during the week because I go on Saturday mornings. And so when I get home at 5, it's hang out with the kids, get home, get settled, hang out with the kids, we'll have dinner. And then Ruby's down. My wife gets my daughter down around like 7-ish. And then so I have realistically, I have like an hour to an hour and a half with the kids, because I'll usually have some calls at night too, like prior to 7. But then once she lays down, I spend about 45 minutes to an hour on more work. And that work is more structuring and organizing the following day or my week. I'm also like internally updating things too. Like throughout the day, I'll update my task list, my priority list, but that night gives me like a reprieve to more refocus and revamp where I'm at. So I feel comfortable in not just what I'm working on, but the tasks that had gotten reprioritized or moving some projects along. And that's every day. So that's Monday through Friday.
If you were talking to somebody who, doesn't have a schedule and doesn't do the same thing every day and feels like they're all over the place, what's the first thing you would say to them?
Yeah, I feel like I was like that for a long time. I'm comfortable to say that I've been pretty organized for a while now, but there was certainly a period of time where I was not, especially once I got out of the corporate world and I was on my own and determining my own schedule. I think I was pretty loose. Technology has helped a lot with that as well too. Like having things in the cloud on like Google Doc. If you look at my phone, I'm in Google Docs like every second of the day. So working within Google Sheets, and then I have my own task list. But the best advice I would give is the morning and the night is the most important, because at night, I've actually told my wife this too. I said, Marissa, take 15 minutes at night and the running list of things you need to do, look at them and take those things, because she's running all over the place, right? Like back and forth, appointments, school, all these things. So her life's more hectic, mine's more static at work. It's just scheduling meetings. But I think it's the review of what you have going on every single night, reprioritizing, retasking, and then taking that and utilizing your calendar. If it is not on my calendar, it will not get done. And so I've learned a discipline in 2 areas. 1, if there is something coming up, it immediately hits my calendar. And 2, if I'm thinking of something I need to accomplish, if, throughout the day I'm coming up with like ideas, thoughts, where I think we could improve, because I'm always thinking different department here, sales, biz dev, account management. Like my mind goes to an area, and that area is a department. And then I use my Google Doc all the time. Like on my phone, I am in this Google Doc every second of the day, because I'm putting things down so I don't forget about them. And then I restructure that, and I look at that not only throughout the day, but I really look at things at night. And then when I get up in the morning, again, I'm checking my calendar again, because when I'm looking at my calendar, if somebody requests a meeting or I need to take a meeting, I kind of have an idea of how my day looks. Like I might be more free in the early afternoon than I am in the late afternoon, or I might be completely booked. Like Monday, forget it. There are no taking meetings on Monday because that's all executive meetings on Monday. So my Monday from 8 a.m. until basically 3:34, it's just meetings. Meeting with different departments, going over things. Tuesday frees up a little bit to take more like partner calls, things that I can be working on to, I don't want to say just grow the business, but other calls that I can take. Tuesday's a better day. Wednesdays get pretty jammed because there's a lot of coaching on that day. I usually say that Thursdays and Fridays are the nimble days where I can pivot and move things around because I don't have a lot of static things. But my point of saying all this is you'll learn your schedule. Now, if you're in the field selling houses, if you're in the field as a loan officer, a lot of your life is dictated by either real estate agents if you're a loan officer and or clients. And if you're a real estate professional, it's dictated by clients. So that shifts. But as an example, let's say that you want to put on your calendar that I'm going to do 3 open houses a week. Well, select the days now. So let's say it's Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday, whatever it is. That's locked. It's just locked. So on Saturdays and Sundays, I start my open houses at 11 o'clock and I go to 3 or 4. That's locked. Unless there's an important client or a listing appointment that cannot be at a different time. I would always try to put those at different times too because I wanted to be at my open houses. Because being at the open house not only allows me to meet potential clients that are coming in the door, whether it be neighbors, whether it be people, whoever, meaning like new potential prospects, but I got my work done at the open houses. That's really where I did a lot of my work. Because you can't do busy work while you're touring, and you can't do busy work while you're listing, or while you're at a listing appointment, and you can't do busy work when you're showing a listing. Busy work can be done at open houses though. And so that's, like I did more than, I was at open houses 5 days a week.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know this might be obvious to you, but why is this important? How did you feel when your life wasn't as organized as
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a great question. Well, I learned the hard way because like it got to a point where I got really busy and I wasn't organized. And because I wasn't organized, I was missing things. And I'm the type of person that I get anxiety if I don't have structure. And I think I get anxiety now because I have so much structure, where before I was just like winging it and it was more on my schedule, and life doesn't work that way. But what I found is that the more I was disciplined in my calendar and the more I was disciplined in my Google Doc, the fear of did I miss something or am I working on what I should be working on, all that went away. But when I say it takes discipline, it does take real discipline. It takes discipline to put things down. And that was part of it. Like I'd think of something, I'd be like, I'll get to it later, and I wouldn't remember, or something else came up. It's the habit of just put it down. Just put it on that dock. And as you organize nightly, you can determine where that fits into the priority of when you should think about that.
a specific moment in that shift where you went from unorganized to organized, or was it?
Yeah, I've told that story before. I went to a moment where somebody that is a friend of mine still, but I looked at him as like kind of competition. We were at an event. I vividly remembered this point, and I have no problem telling you his name because I love the guy. His name's Brian North. And we were at an event out at Bob Bondurant Speedway. This had to be a decade ago. And we were talking about getting together. And he opened up his phone and his calendar just had everything that he was doing. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, Jay, you gotta do better, Because I was just like, yeah, I'll meet you there on Saturday, whatever. I don't remember the day, but like he got out his calendar, he's looking at his times available, and it hit me then that I had to do better. And so again, we're all different. That's not to say that I'm more organized than any other person on planet Earth. It's just to say that I wasn't, and I needed to discipline myself to get better at accountability for myself. And now I'm very good at that. I won't miss a meeting. I use my calendar religiously. And the most important thing isn't, the calendar's obviously critically important, but I have disciplined myself enough to where it will go on that sheet. And that sheet is my Bible of life. It has thoughts, prioritization, and I'm always shuffling it. But it allows me to be diligent on what I think I need to get to the finish line without losing a train of thought on something that I do want to execute on down the road. It's just not the right time to do it. It also has things on there of future projects that our company's going to do. These guys don't even know some of the stuff that's on this list that will be coming, because you can't just pour it on to somebody either. You have to be very thoughtful about people's capacity when it comes to working on these projects, because unfortunately I'm not the one that can get them to the finish line. I'm the one that has the vision, that can assist, the giving the reason why, how we're going to structure it, how it's going to work, what the workflows look like, what's the execution look like, what's the reporting going to look like, but I'm not the one to build it. And so I have to be careful with how much I pile on to my leaders, because they have capacity limits too. So there's things that I'm internalizing as I'm looking on these things, saying it's not the right time yet, it's not the right time yet, or something that could trump what I have that I thought was going to be next. Now this is more important, because what you also got to consider is revenue is number one. And so if a revenue project thought idea comes into the play, where instead of like maybe tweaking a marketing campaign for our marketing department or Coach's Corner or whatever it is, revenue is always first. And so you're just mindful of these things, that the priorities have to work in several factors. Capacity on what you can bring to the table based on your limits, and then what is most effective and what's most important to the company. When you talk about like agents, for example, it is great to bring new products, programs, technology, things to be more efficient to our agents. But that's second compared to bringing more deal flow to our agents. Our agents would much rather be busier in the field, working with more clients, closing more deals, than worrying about a technology switch or something like that, right? Now you try to do, and you do always work both at the same time. That's why you have teams that do these things. But again, going back to what is most important, what's most important is sales. And so, and you don't get sales if you don't have biz dev, which is partnerships, right? And so you're just, as you start to become really good at your craft, you learn these things. But you will, all that gets really messy if you don't have a way to organize all these things. And we all can do it in our own way. It's a matter of what works for you. But if you're not good at it, start. Because what you'll start now versus what you'll be at 6 months, you're gonna understand you a lot more. And it also helps you paint a picture for like how you're a better operator. Some people might be much better earlier in the morning than they are in the evening, right? Some people vice versa. Like what you're gonna find is that my work optimization, you start to recognize it more when you're really structured within your day and you're structured within your calendar, like when you're at your best. But it's something then that it's habitual now. It's something that you can't live without. And it's a good habit to be extremely organized in business, of course. But if you're very disciplined on just jot it down, just jot it down. Put Google Docs on your phone and then just start jotting it down. And then you start organizing those thoughts. You start organizing your tasks, your priorities. And then like I said, I do it at night. That doesn't mean you have to, but I have some peace at night. That's why, I'm here every Saturday and most Sundays, right? Like I do work on the weekends, but I work on the weekends not because I have to. I work on the weekends because that's my time to be in here for 3 hours or so and just structuring, organizing, feeling good. Like every Saturday I leave here, I'm like, okay, I feel better. I feel more confident of what I'm working on. And then there's little tasks too that you got to get out of the way. Like there's always little tasks that are on that sheet that get this done, get this done, get this done, get this out of the way. And then you're working on projects as well. So I guess the best thing to say is get started, try it. And what you'll find is that you'll come a long way really quickly, but it's a disciplined tactic. I mean, it is a disciplined project for yourself to start remembering to do things that you didn't do before, and that's just simply put it down. Put it down, update your calendar. Put it down, update your calendar. But your life gets so much easier. Your life gets so much easier. So, there's a lot of positives that come from it. It's not just respecting your own calendar or other people's time or things like that. It's just more like, I know what I have to do today. I know I'm not gonna miss a beat, so it really works well. Hello.
By the way, what's that? What do we have in this?
Oh, I thought you cut. We have plants, and so I'm assuming she's bringing more plants. I have no idea. She's bringing them to my house.